My name is Callie. I'm coming to you live from Clearwater, Florida, over here in the U.S. I see we have some people joining us from all the way on the other side of the world, and we have other people from all over the country. So that's the thing that's so nice about these Zoom calls, that we can all tune in and learn about something wonderful tonight, which is this ASEA. So we have a couple of speakers here, and the first is the wonderful Stevie Aquilina, and you will see where he's from. See if you can guess when you hear his voice. Anyway, he's an amazing leader, amazing father. He has a lot of fun with these, and I'm super glad to be able to be here. Kayleen will be back, for those of you who don't know, so I'm still filling in and having a great time here. So let's get Stevie on the line, and we can start to learn about ASEA. And he's coming. Here we go.
Hey Kelly, how
Hey,
are you?
good. These
That's
people got me
good.
singing the song. Someone put some lyrics here, Eugene. So now I've got this song in my head.
Be careful, otherwise we're going to request that you sing during this presentation,
Hey, no
uh,
problem. I'm always
as,
up for that.
as you do so beautifully. And yeah, we really appreciate you and your leadership. You're a tremendous leader, not just leading your pack, but leading inspiring packs around the world. So very grateful that you're here. I hope you'll stick around, even though Kayleen's coming back. I hope you'll still be on with us.
Oh yeah, I'll be.
Good, good. Yeah, so and yeah, very grateful that we've been able to meet you and become friends along the way with you and Fernando. Great couple, great leaders, and yeah, very grateful to have you in our lives. So thanks for being here and looking after us so well.
No problem.
Hi, folks. Thank you very much for joining us this evening or this morning, wherever you're joining in from the world. Your time is very valuable because I can't refund it. And so I find it to be far more valuable than money. So I don't intend to waste it. I intend to spend this time giving you a gift, really a gift for humanity, not my words, not the company words, although I agree with them, but actually words from many, many, many medical experts around the world. So let me share my slides here and we'll get straight into it. So as Kelly said, my name is Stevie Aquilina. And in case you couldn't guess by now by my Crocodile Dundee accent, my family and I live in Australia. We are originally from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast. And that was really a dream come true when we could make that happen. We are literally minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. I love it, and I'm blessed and I'm grateful for my life, income, time, and freedom now that allows me to enjoy a great lifestyle with my family. That's also taken us to many parts of the world that once upon a time way too far out of my reach, to be honest. And I say now because the good vibes and good times have not always been the case. I was a very difficult, weird, and awkward child, as you can tell by looking at me, to parent, to school, to raise. I never made the grades in school. I was often told I was stupid and useless on a daily basis, in fact. And I kind of figured out along the way, when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. And so later I became a teenage runaway, a high school dropout. And with that kind of thinking, I walked myself way off life's track. Um, sorry, way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb, hey, but very good looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. King's Cross, a very notorious, or used to be, not anymore, notorious part of Sydney. I was a daydreamer, but not a daydream believer. I had big dreams. I wanted to be, do, have, and give more. I really wanted to give more, is what it was really about, to tell you the absolute truth. But I had little self-esteem, little self-confidence, little sense of self-worth. And so I did little with my life, and therefore I had little to show for it. Now, physically, I've always been athletic, mainly in martial arts, even to right now. Back then, you wouldn't have known it, but I had health troubles, autoimmune, inflammatory, severe skin, respiratory, and gut diseases most of my life, and lots of bad injuries from very hardcore martial arts. Financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs, hopes going nowhere, no prospects, financial security, and no financial dignity. None of that. So embarrassingly broke. I've had the phone, electricity, and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car because I couldn't afford the petrol. I've not been able to pay the rent. And so I've been evicted more than once. I'm embarrassed to say, embarrassingly broke, right? I believed in possibilities, but I doubted my potential. And so with that kind of contradiction, obviously led to confusion, uncertainty, feelings of unfulfillment, unhappiness, frustration. And I just felt trapped and not able to be who I really wanted to be. Now, things started to turn around for me at this point. I met the girl of my dreams right then and there. Before I was motivated more than ever before to become more. And the first turning point for me was that she believed in me and always told me that I was more. And I kind of figured out again, when you're told something often enough, right? Second, I was introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, life-changing opportunity, and life-changing training. And the company leaders are extremely successful people, and they believed in me too. But more importantly, they taught me how to believe and become more. Now today, instead of having health troubles, I've solved them, and I have the honor of helping others to solve them too with this life-changing breakthrough. Instead of financial insecurity and indignity and being embarrassingly broke, I can hold my head high with security and dignity because of this life-changing financial opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, and frustrated, and not able to be who I want to be, I now have the ability to believe and become more and give more, as this company's training has shown me a life-changing better way. And so now I want to spend the rest of my life doing nothing less than bettering people's lives in at least any one of these life-changing ways too. What I'm going to share with you first up front is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Now, this is a very big breakthrough. Medical experts are saying greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. For 2 decades, by the way, science had declared that this was impossible. So it's kind of a miracle that it's being brought to you. And this is a breakthrough with enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies, not witch doctor studies. It's a very advanced breakthrough. It's considered to be 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results, but drug companies wanted it shut down. More about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, I want to be absolutely clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you're seeing on your screen and nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond anything you're seeing in this list right here. It goes well beyond drugs or nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you might already know about, because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking, category creating, and a real deal healthcare and humanity breakthrough. Now, the ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink, this one, that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells, so they're native to your body. They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication and everything, and I mean all the way down to your genetic expressions, in an extremely positive way. So let me try to unfold this for you. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself. And this happens by redox signaling molecules sending signals and telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, how to repair unhealthy cells, and how to replace damaged cells that are too far gone to be repaired. Now, furthermore, redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Bottom line is redox signaling is what keeps your cells functioning at optimal levels. Why is this so important? Well, there's nothing more important than this, because we are all made of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. And so redox signaling molecules are telling cells how to be healthy, which makes for a healthy body, which makes for a healthy life. So redox signaling molecules are really the keys to life then. They're essential for the activation and function of all of our normal physiology. And I mean all of our body's major systems critically depend on redox signaling, critically. Because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more mere seconds. Without your redox signaling, you can live longer without food. You can live longer without water even, but without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if our bodies already make redox signaling molecules, then why do we need to give our bodies more? Well, when we're born, we make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, right? Notice how they run around all day and then they go to sleep like babies, wake up the next day and they're not sore from the day before exercise. They're ready to do it all over again. And if they get injured, if they get sick, they bounce back so very quickly. However, as we age, Along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, our cells break down. And then our cell's ability to make redox signaling molecules declines. And without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving our cells clear cell signals and instructions on protection and healing processes, all of our functions become slow. Our cells break down more and more. We produce even fewer redox signaling molecules, and it's a vicious cycle that really leads to a breakdown ultimately in your health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science very seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities, world-leading laboratories, and they allow these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplementation. And they demonstrate the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. Now, the ASEA is within a very real and significant realm of science because redox biochemistry is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of redox signaling molecules, there have now been multiple signaling molecules discovered with multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and if you typed in redox signaling there, you would see well over 33,000 results. There are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling, and this slide will already be out of date with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. According to medical researchers, as reported in the Huffington Post and other media, mainstream media outlets, I should say, but spoken specifically about in this article that I'm showing you, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. And there are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical congresses being held about redox, and medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. As for ASEA, we're already light years ahead of all this because ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which, as we've discussed, translates to health at its most foundational level. And here's just one other example of that. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of your genetic pathways and affect your genes that improve your immune system health, that help maintain your healthy inflammatory response, that help maintain your cardiovascular health and support your arterial elasticity, that improves your gut health and digestive enzyme production, and that modulates your hormone balance to support your vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 previous mentioned human health areas, but in dozens of additional genetic pathways. And to save time, we just won't go over all of them. Now, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency, of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. All this without an antioxidant supplement, by the way. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of this university study is saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now, folks, that is significant because all degenerative health concerns are caused by oxidative stress. Big one. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. So they're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger or healthier, right? So if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, or if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young once again, or if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, or if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, etc., any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. Now, you don't need to take my word for it because I'm going to play a video right here for you now with doctors in it so you can hear what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. You can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So by now, hopefully you're seeing how significant this breakthrough, this ASEA is. Now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology. They are Renew 28, our Redox gel, and our intensive Redox serum. And these Redox technologies are supported and enhanced by the complementary all natural ingredients products, our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So let's just show you what our ASEA Redox technologies are worth with these amazing pictures and these health and anti-aging and age-reversing results. Lines and wrinkles smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, and marks. Skin irritations, inflammations, aggravations. Other signs of poor health to the skin being renewed. Even for young people too, being rejuvenated and improving the quality of life, and even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions coming back to the proper surface of the skin. Now, the dramatic difference that you're seeing in Rosie here in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because she didn't take those pictures. Actually, Rosie believed the products were not even working. Rosie told this to a doctor. That's who told Rosie about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie said that the products didn't work, the doctor showed these pictures to Rosie. And I guess the rest of the story can be seen here, right? Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes, but don't be like Rosie. Don't miss the moment by moment changes by not taking pictures, because by taking pictures is how you see how it goes. And for anything you can't take a picture of, keep a written record instead. Now, some people notice results in a reasonable amount of time, like Rosie, 7 weeks, give or take, others within 7 days, and others can have an experience in around about 7 minutes. However, some people need to apply more product, time, and patience, generally when there's more going on with their health. Here's what we know scientifically. Redox signaling molecules are all the same. They're the same in you, me, animals, and plants, all the same. And in bottles of ASEA, they're proven to have nothing but redox signaling molecules in it, nothing but. And studies show that ASEA redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person. They work every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. This doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face, using Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? Renew 28 is not just for your face, as you can see, your arms, hands, bellies, more bellies on this slide, and buttocks, thighs, and all over. These pictures are actually from a study by a world-leading laboratory, and the study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. So scientists set upon very strict studies to see if there was any truth to these stories. What they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening, they saw the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, and not just a visibly younger looking skin, but actually enhancing your health for healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving and sun exposure. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body, and you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have something that is hurting you around your body, something that is sore, rate that soreness on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being maximum soreness. Apply Renew 28 on that sore spot 3 times within 5 minutes, and usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people who try this will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort within approximately 10 minutes. Now, nothing I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Now that you've seen some pictures about what redox can do from the outside, could you imagine what these little molecules would be doing to you on the inside? And before I come back and share with you a very, very important opportunity, I want you to hear from a gentleman who has a very important story. So I'll hand it back to you, Callie. Thank you.
Cool. I was like, wait a second. You're not about to do my introduction. So, hello, everybody. I wanted to introduce to you Dan Doyle, who is a great friend of both Stevie and I. He's a world leader when it comes to ASEA and has an incredible story to tell. And he is just very selfless, and you should see how many Zoom calls this guy is on. But his story, it's like he's telling it for the first time. Even though I've heard this many times, I always learn something new. So, Dan, if you're on, I want to get you on here so these guys can hear your story.
Thank you, Callie. Thanks. And yeah, I've told my story thousands of times, and it's like I'm telling it the first time too. So excited about sharing it with people. And yeah, thank you for coming on and listening today, everybody. And Stevie, as always, is doing an amazing job at doing the presentation. And thank you, Kelly, for your support and for closing this incredible presentation out. Great thing is about what we do is we're not here to sell you anything or to convince you guys to do anything. We're here to share our stories. And the thing that I love is to making sure that people have the knowledge to make informed decisions. Drives me nuts when people actually make decisions on things that they haven't been fully informed about. So well done for being on the call today. If you're new to the course, somebody has handed you an amazing gift, and whatever you want to do with that gift is totally up to you. And as I said, hopefully you'll be able to share the information, give you the information to make a decision whether you want to open that gift or not. I just want to reiterate what Stevie said about these incredible products from ASEA, that they are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But what we have, something pretty amazing that can signal and empower the body to heal itself. So Suzanne, my wife, and I are based here in Honolulu, Hawaii at the moment, just one of the places where we can spend a lot of time around the world and having a lot of fun here, nice and clean. We're very healthy and very safe, and looking forward to, but missing our friends and family in Australia. We'll get back there very soon. I'm going to go back to my story, which starts in Sydney, Australia, and we've only been away from Australia for about 2 years now, but yeah, growing up there, I used to play a lot of sports, many sports, and I did that to distract myself away from school. And this is one of them, bodybuilding, back in my early 20s. And this is the start of me being a young entrepreneur, and the start of building and selling many traditional businesses. And I was involved in the health and fitness industry, had multiple businesses back then. And as time went on, I built and sold 20 traditional businesses from the industries like construction, security, hospitality. Just built a lot of businesses from inception. Just became very good at building and flipping businesses like somebody would renovate and flip properties. Fast forward 20 years and going from the age 24 to 44, you can see here I'm not a bodybuilder anymore, but I still used to keep fit and healthy. And at 54 this year, I keep in very similar condition. And, you know, I thought I was in really good shape and I was feeling great back then, but unfortunately 6 months later, there was something pretty horrendous that was underlying that came to the surface. And this is a picture of me on the right with no hair from the top of my head to my toes, and spending 2.5 years in and out of a hospital in Sydney in Australia. And what I went through, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It was a horrendous time. And there were times that I didn't want to be here anymore when I was going through what I was going through. Young friend of mine, Johnny Manor, played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. A good friend of mine is at 21 years old here. He'd been through all the hospital visits that I had started. He had what they would have considered the good one. I had 2 of the bad ones here. He's, even though he was in remission here, his issue came back after this photo was taken. He went back into hospital. So he got back to the fitness and level of playing the highest levels of rugby league in Australia again, but everything was taken away from him. He started going through those hospital visits, losing a lot of weight, lost all his hair, and unfortunately, Johnny never came out. We lost him at the age of 23. Really sad time, really scary time, because I'm thinking, well, if Johnny had no hope with having, you know, one issue, which was what they would consider the good one, what chance did I have with 2 of the bad ones? So after the 2.5 years of my hospital visits, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. I made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands, did some research, went onto an alkaline diet, spent a lot of money on nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water from a lot of good companies from around the world. And I literally tried absolutely everything. And these companies were from the network marketing industry, which was also hard for me to do with my mindset, because back then I didn't believe in the business model. So I think if you don't believe in the business model, you tend not to actually purchase from anybody within that business model, which is really a silly thing. But anyway, I bit the bullet, and I did. And I spent a lot of money on supplements from Zango with their mangosteen, Isogenics, Product B, Life Vantage, their Pro Tandem, Cellgevity from Max Products, and Kangen Water. And this is a picture of me 2 years looking after myself with all those things that I was doing and taking. And I can tell you, my health was still heading in the wrong direction. So I was still in a lot of trouble here. This is now 2014. A friend of mine reached out, Bart Cotter. He called me, and all he said was, I think I found something that can help. And long story short, I flew from Sydney, Australia to Salt Lake City, Utah in the States. And I started on these amazing little molecules. In 3 hours, my body was expelling things from it so fast, I had little red spots all over my upper torso. In 12 hours, a 20-year caffeine intolerance, a stomach issue had gone away. And in 48 to 72 hours, because I had so much lung damage from what they did to me in that hospital where I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time, in 48 to 72 hours, 2 to 3 days, my lungs were functioning perfect. I went back home to Australia, kept drinking these molecules, and fast forward again, 12 months to the end of 2015. This is a picture of me the day the doctors told me no sign of those two major health challenges. Not only that though, multiple injuries from playing sports, which were turning into that crippling issue as we get older, had gone away. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose. My whole body was rebuilt top to bottom in 1 year on this product. Just 1 year. Just an amazing turnaround from no health to complete health. And that was my journey back to health. But if you fast forward, let's take a look at what this product did when I kept taking it. This is 3 years on the product. So I always like to go back to 2014, and because anybody that doesn't look good on the outside, guys, I can tell them they're not good on the inside. And this is the same situation as I was in here. So my outside was a reflection of what was going on the inside. And 1 year on the product, looking and feeling way better. Same thing. What was reflected on the outside was reflected on the inside. I mean, you can see I'm looking a lot better, but my complexion here, a reflection of what was going on in the inside. 3 years on the product, and hopefully I'm feeling fitter and better than ever as time goes on. I'm looking and feeling a lot younger again at nearly 54. So things evolved for me as time went on. I was only after this for my own health. I was desperate. I wanted to survive. The biggest regret that I had was not sharing this with somebody from the day I heard about it. I waited about 5 months, and I look back now knowing the power of the product and thinking, the people that I could have impacted in a positive way, which I didn't because I didn't open my mouth to help anybody for those first 5 months. As Stevie said in the presentation, it's scientifically impossible for this not to work, and to deny anybody of it, even while you're trying to get your results, your aha moment, it'd be doing people an injustice not to share this with people from day one. Stevie's going to talk about shortly the business model behind ASEA, behind this breakthrough. And it was the actual business model that saved my life. If it wasn't for the ability to help others, to help people with their health, or if they wanted to go somewhere financially with what we had, I wouldn't have been able to receive those thank you checks to invest into more product for my own health. I didn't have the money. 6 years ago, 7 years ago, we were living in a van. We almost went to the Salvation Army for food stamps. We were doing it really, really tough. I can tell you in the first year, that totally turned around my health and what we were experiencing financially as well. And 3 years in, it was just an amazing journey. 6 years I've been with the company now, and everything that we've experienced, you would consider to be really a dream that you couldn't even dream of or imagine with what we've done, what we've achieved, our life, our lifestyle. But it's all a reflection of helping people, which we absolutely love doing. So guys, I believe this is the perfect storm. We won't get an opportunity like this again, especially in these times with what's happening with the pandemic around the world. People are looking for a solution to their health issues to maintain their health, but they're also looking at finding an income on the side, a residual income, or even insurance policy to build to the best case, leaving generational wealth to their family. This is something that you can do in the comfort of your own home. With that, there's a lot more to go through. We've got another 25 minutes of this presentation, then we've got some incredible training in 25 minutes time, but I'll hand back to Kelly to continue. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you, Danny. Well, I told you that was going to be an amazing story, and it was, just like I've never heard it before. So we're going to go back to Stevie so we can go a little bit more into, now that we've learned a bit about what this product is, how it is that we can actually share this with others.
Thanks, Kelly. And thank you, Dan. I appreciate your story first and foremost, because it means we can still have you around for much, much longer, mate, but also appreciate it too, because how it's, sharing it with me and with my family and everyone I introduce you to, and many, many, many tens and tens and tens of thousands of people around the world, hundreds of thousands of people around the world. It means a lot and it makes a big difference. Best mate I've ever had. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, folks, we're going to transition here because this next part, look, it won't be for everybody, but it is for anybody. Anybody who wants more money, more time, more security, more freedom, but more importantly, anybody that wants to have more of an impact and make more of a difference in other people's lives, because this really is a breakthrough for humanity. And it is a great breakthrough, as hopefully you've come to appreciate by now. And with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And the greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. And so that's created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. Now, ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplements for two very simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than the medical experts and scientists who've worked with ASEA, no one but them have been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. In fact, for the 2 decades before ASEA's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was all impossible. And 2, ASEA is heavily patented, but look, not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, but it just really can't be copied at all anyway, because there's no way to look into a bottle of ASEA and have someone figure out how to reverse engineer it for themselves, because the secrets aren't in the bottle. There are trade secrets in the actual making of ASEA. Bad example when we're talking about health, but that's how no one's been able to copy Coca-Cola, because no one knows how it's made. And so it really can't be copied, ASEA, I'm talking about now. And that means we have no copycats, and that means we have no competition, and that means no one in the world has what ASEA has, and I mean no one. No other products in the world has redox signaling molecules in them, and therefore no other products in the world can do what ASEA does, none of them. Nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what redox can. Because redox is native to your body, because redox works in every single body, because everybody needs redox, because nothing in the body works as well, or at all, in fact, without redox. And because redox can't hurt anybody, and again, because no other product is redox, and no other product can therefore make these claims, no juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, CBD, or whatever it might be, however good it is, it can't go as deep as redox signaling molecules, which is ASEA. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across and over and above, not just all of these products, but all health science sectors. It's one breakthrough technology taking over $3 trillion industries. That is healthcare, wellness, sports, science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. ASEA is the only company in the world that the entire health world, an anti-aging world, can get a redox supplement from. And so ASEA really is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own. And so we are always looking for people to help spread the word. Now, what we do is not complicated. We share redox with others. We grow and expand a global team, a network of others also sharing redox. And together, we work to improve the productivity of the network we've built. So in this way, you are in business for yourself. You can be your own boss, but you're never in business by yourself. Together, we're better, and that's how we stick together. So it's kind of like a franchise business, really, isn't it? Instead, though, of building restaurants and burgers like, let's say, McDonald's does, another bad example for a health talk, but at ASEA, we don't build buildings. We build people. And we don't even need to make, ship, or handle the products. The company does all of that for you. And so in this way, you can make an income like a franchise. In fact, way more than that, but without all of the expenses, stress, and risk. So ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing redox with others. So if you're looking for an extra part-time, full-time, big-time, or even legacy leaving income, there are commission levels to meet whatever your ambition levels are. To be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality, ASEA will help you create income that is both residual and leveraged. You receive a residual income, not just from the first, but from all of the repeated purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA. Now, because you can refer as many people as you like, and because those people can purchase as much product as they like, and because they can do it again and again and again and again, and you get paid for it every single time, that makes the residual income potential unlimited. On top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person your contacts and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide and deep these referrals can go around the world. You can be getting paid still in 5 years' time for work that you've done today. Just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, whatever it might be, we're using this form of marketing already all the time. It's just not getting paid for it until now. People tell people, who then tell even more people. It goes on and on. Word of mouth marketing is the oldest and still today, #1 most powerful and effective and trusted and listened to form of marketing in the world. Nothing has ever beat it. Nothing ever will. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. ASEA is currently in 35 countries. We've opened up new markets almost every single year. And we've been in business for over 10 years now, going into our 11th year, profitable with 0 debt from year 1. We have never gone down in profitability. Every year we have increased our turnover. Based on these existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed more than $500 million by the year 2025, and much greater than that, others believe. Residual income is impressive, being able to get paid while you sleep. But more so, it's important because I learned this along the way. I had residual bills. Why didn't I have residual income? In fact, my further studies were even more concerning. Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Well, out of every 100 people, only 1 of them is wealthy. Only 3 of them are financially secure. 7 of them must still work to survive. At 65, not working because they want to, by the way, but because they have to. They are still a slave to the dollar at 65. But worse still, 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. And when I saw this, I thought, well, that is not a good retirement plan. That's more like a financial failing plan. And so I had to figure out what's this one main financial principle that the top 4% seem to figure out that me and the other 81% didn't. And I found this. It is how to make money that is no longer dependent on you're paid by the hour, selling your precious time for money, labor intensive or own activity job, otherwise known as active income. Here's the truth I discovered. Sooner or later, I wasn't going to be able to be as active as I am right now. And therefore, my family wouldn't be able to have as much active income as we have right now. And this was even more concerning when I was learning this because my active income at the time already wasn't enough as it is. And it would have taken just the change of the wind to blow me over and take my family out. This is one of the biggest problems 81% of people get trapped in. And it's all cool while they're coasting by it until, like I said, the change of the winds. Money is an excellent servant, but it is a terrible master. If you don't control money, it will control you. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until you take the long sleep. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, keep it, by the way, because you are blessed. But still, find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing. Because the ultimate truth is only relying on a single source of active income is just not smart and dangerous to your financial security. And ASEA is a great way to create a residual income. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances, their security, their time, their freedom, their future, their destiny. For people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have, or perhaps they're not happy with how they have to make it. But look, if you have dreams and desires and want a better life, ASEA is a significant opportunity, a special opportunity to be paid a very significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion. And it will afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. And look, there's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's what you get to do with ASEA. And it's who we become and what we do, which is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, you can make really great money here, that's for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. You'll have a great time. You'll meet great people, have great friends, have great experiences and a great lifestyle. But really, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others. That is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA. Now, the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay ASEA huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, those drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down and they wanted everyone taken off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son Tyler Norton, had the great foresight to see very grave concerns and consequences in such a deal. Because Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from very severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox. Now, when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for you and for humanity out to the world. And so they couldn't in good conscience sell out, and so that's why they didn't. You see, for Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down the huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route, deciding to go the health route instead of the drug route. They said no to the payout and yes to the people in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and me and everyone around the world without a prescription. Now, one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make. That is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. You see, founders and corporate team, they come from very big backgrounds. We're talking not just Fortune 500, but up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. You don't get bigger than that. They're very good at running very big, global, and profitable businesses, but their corporate soul revolves around putting people first. And again, their mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. So you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers easily. But at the very least, let the person who invited you here know you were here and let them know what stood out to you the most. Most importantly, we're able to show you hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing Redox experiences. You'll see ASEA is the real deal. So if you want to be happier and healthier, if you want to live healthier, younger, longer, stronger, just become an ASEA customer. But if you have more in your heart, you desire more, you have more dreams, you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, you want to be more happier, more healthier, you want a better life, income, lifestyle, you want that for yourself, you want that for others, you want to increase the prosperity of the planet. If you really want to make more of a difference in the world, you can become part of this Redox reality and you can become more. And if you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others. And as a byproduct of that, your life will become better in many, many ways. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. And thank you, Callie. I'll hand it back to you.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for all of that. And I'm just going to go over a few things with you guys. We have some time left here. Also, if you do have any questions on anything that we've been going over, put it in the chat and we can see that and get those questions answered. So I'm just going to share my screen to go over a few things with you. All right. Here we go. So there's a couple of things we didn't get to go over, and I just wanted to briefly show you some stuff here. This is the full line of products that we have at the moment. There's 9 products total. We talked mostly about the ASEA Redox drink, which is that tall blue bottle. We talked about that Renew 28 gel, which is that one that says Renew 28, the white one. Now, as you can see next to it, that's the other part of the skincare kit that we have. And then on the other side, we have these supplements. These are some great supplements that help the body. I'll show you a little bit more on those. Or maybe I won't. I'll just tell you here. So these ones have a absorption complex, and it's patented to make sure that these are actually found in the system within a very short amount of time. I can tell you, I use these. I usually don't notice much when I take supplements, but I did notice quite some change, especially with the biome and this source. And then the other one, omega-3. So not every single area carries these. We're in 33 countries, so you just have to check with the person that invited you here, depending on where you are, to see if those are available in your area. One thing which is really important is to have correct expectation when it comes to taking this product. Sometimes people want to say, well, let me just try a bottle, or I'll try it for a week and see what happens. Something you have to understand is because this is dealing with the body at a cellular level, it can take some time. Cellular healing happens at different stages and takes different time. So as you can see from this little chart here, for the people who take it in 1 week, about 10 to 15% of people will see results. In a month, that goes up to about 50 to 65%. 2 months, it goes higher, and by 3 months, we're at 95%. So really, we try to have people at least try to commit to that 90 days. You know, I can tell you from experience, I had quite a severe autoimmune issue, And I did notice some things in those stages here, like the first month to 2 months. But ultimately, with what I was trying to deal with, it took more than a year. However, people with my same issue have been dealing with it for 20 or 30 years, so 1 year is pretty good. So definitely correct expectation, super important, and give this some time, and you will get results. So there we go. That's the skincare kit that we have here. There's a soap, there is a lotion, and then we have this Renew Advance, which is basically a serum similar to the gel. It's just more concentrated. So you would use that on fine lines and specific areas, whereas the gel would be kind of more an all-over usage. Okay, here we go. So these are the supplements that we have here. I did go over those earlier. Now, one thing that's just really important is that people will be excited. They might see this and they want to just jump online and start ordering it. You might find these on websites such as Amazon or eBay, but I just want you to realize that those are not approved places to get this product from. So you can actually end up getting things that are expired. You don't know what the quality is. They might not even be ASEA. So it's really important to go back to the person that you got to this webinar from, and then they can help you to order this product. Plus, you'll get guaranteed safety. You also have support and education, and then we have these loyalty points, which are amazing. So as you order, you actually can get kind of thank you dollars back for that. So there's a couple of ways to put this to work for you. So you can be a consumer, as we mentioned, or you could be an associate and kind of share this part-time, or you could be full-time, like those of us on this call who are presenting here. We do this full-time. Now, just to go over those as far as what that looks like in ordering. If you are a retail customer, you're paying full price for the product. But then if you go over to a preferred customer, which means you are setting this up to have an order that comes each month, you're getting the wholesale pricing, so you get that 25% discount. Then you also earn these loyalty points, as I was saying. So every time you're ordering, you're getting points which you can use towards free product. The longer you're on that auto ship, the higher that percentage goes, and that turns out to be worth quite a bit in the end. And then you can see as an associate you have even more things here, where you also have discounted packages. You are eligible for other types of promotions and able to engage in the ASEA business opportunity. So here we're trying to support your body's ability to maintain and reclaim health. I would always like to end this with a quote from the founder of this company. We're all at the start of something big with great purpose, and right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world. With that, I'm going to stop my screen share. And I just want to thank you guys for being here. We still have a few minutes left, so if you do have any questions, definitely throw it in the chat. We love answering questions about anything product related, business side, whatever. And then we have about 7 minutes, and then we're going to switch over into our team call where we have associates from all over the world are going to jump on. You're more than welcome to stay for that. If not, we can say goodbye to you here.